Hi YouTube, tonight's video is about Hotshot, CDL or non-CDL. Just what I've been investigating and trying to figure out how to do it. That's what I found out. Thanks for watching. If you could like and subscribe it would help me out a bit. Thank you. Hello YouTube, Tommy here. Want to talk a little bit about Hotshots. If you don't know what Hotshot is, I'll explain. But I've just had twice today I've had a situation in a shop where the clerk that's serving you is so hospitable and charming to the people that they're serving that they're being rude to other folk. I see that a lot now, and I don't know if it's just me getting uptight and getting hacked off for no reason, but it's happened a couple of times where the clerk is just so chatty and the person is chit-chatting away, and they know fine well there's people behind them, but the hospitality and the charm between everybody, and I'm thinking, you're in here to buy something, get your stuff, get it done and get out, let the rest of us get served, you know. And also, one more thing about that, here's the deal. See, when you're going to buy something, you walk up to the counter, you've got your stuff there in your hand, and you're going to buy it. Please don't be surprised when they ask you for money or a card to pay it, and then have to rumble through your bag and get your purse out, and then get out the little thing that it's stuck in, and they fiddle it out like you've never had it out of that card holder thing in its life before. And then you get it, and then you have to fiddle it in and get it back into its slot, and then you shut it up, and then you put it in your purse, then you zip it, then you get all your stuff. Don't have the patience for it. I've got my cards are in my pocket, I know what I want, I walk up, there it is, boom, done. Bluetooth, great invention, and have your card there. Sorry about the rant. However, Hotshot, I've got an idea and it's rumbling through my head, and I think I'm going to have to do it. Here's the thing. Hotshot trucking is, you've seen them, and you've probably, as a trucker, you'll shake your head and think, why in the freaking heck can that guy be pulling a 40-foot trailer behind a Dodge Cummins diesel pickup with all that stuff on it? Surely to goodness it is not that safe or legal or whatever. We've all seen it, we've all thought it. Now I'm thinking, I want a shot at that. I'll tell you for why. Here's the thing. There is two different types apparently, and I've been doing some vast researching on the internet. It's amazing what you can find out when you're looking. So there are two types, non-CDL and CDL, and if you can get your head around the different way of operating, because we all look at cost per mile, how much do you get in a reefer, you know, we go there, we pick up, we take it there and we get paid for that. These guys that are running Hotshots have figured something out that's a lot of us haven't, and I think I'm starting to figure a little bit of it out. They will sometimes take a load, right? You're picking up Idaho Falls and you're going to Dallas. That's the rate. It's total crap. Take it or leave it. And away you go. Take the whole load. We have done loads in our big trucks, and I think we're going to stop doing that. Yeah, they're positioning loads, but other people are benefiting for it. We did a load when the driver had to get home for jury service, and you get late unloading, and anyway, we had to get him home from Georgia. We took a load from Georgia to Dallas for $1,450 just to get the driver home so that he could comply with the legalities of jury duty. And I thought, look, we've got a massive piece of equipment, it's all insured for fortunes, and we're running for that. Yeah, it was desperate because we had to take it to get them there. Was it better than nothing? I don't know. So that's what we do with some of this stuff. But this Hotshot thing, it is intriguing me. I can't tell you. So basically, if you've never seen them, a Hotshot is the American style pickup, mainly diesel because that's what's got the torque and the fuel economy and the longevity, and they're hooked onto a trailer. Usually a fifth wheel trailer that is, a gooseneck that anchors on the bed, either into a fifth wheel or goes onto a ball, and then it goes up and along and drops onto a flatbed. Some of them have got little ramps at the back that fold down, that make the flatbed, and then they fold down into it. And you'll see there's diamond trailers, big techs, all those. And that's what they do. But they've figured out what some of us don't. And I don't know if the market's great at it or not, but I've seen them, I've watched them on the internet, and I believe them. There's always the BS ones, but you can, once you sift through the BS, you usually get to some sort of truth. So the way it seems from and I'm looking for education here, so if anybody knows, let me know. But the CDL part of it, yeah, it kind of interests me a little bit. But we've got big trucks, we've got trailers. I'd like to try that myself with a twin axle Cummins diesel 1 ton truck, or the 3500 or the 4500, and pull tandem axle, twin wheel tandems on the back, so that you've really got 8 tyres in the back. The brakes, from what I understand, are electric over hydraulic, and with the new trucks these days, the pickups, the computers decide when you put your foot in the brake, they'll decide how much pressure, and going by the weight and everything, and the electrics operate the hydraulics on the brakes. They've got a little battery operated compressor for the suspension, which obviously gets charged up, I believe, as you go along. And they've got the toolboxes for all your stuff, your straps, your tarps, everything, just like a regular flatbed. But what these guys do is they'll take a load. Let's just this is a complete thing here. They might get a load. Let me go back to the non-CDL, because that's what I wanted to try first, because a couple of reasons is that how many drivers could take their wives with them in the pickup, even if the wife wasn't want to be driving through Atlanta with a pickup truck with a 40-foot trailer behind it. Don't be panicking, Libby. But if it's non-CDL, you don't need a commercial driver's license, so you still need logs. And the amount of times that I've thought during my life, I sure wish this woman sitting behind me had a CDL, because it would be nice to have some extra log time that she could use. Follow? Just to get where you want to go. And so, how many couples out there that would think, you know what, I've got a massive motorhome, I'll go work for Tommy and I'll go drive that pickup and run all around the country. Younger people can do it, and there's a big difference from driving a pickup truck and hooking a big trailer on it than there is to sitting up high, air brakes, driving 80,000 pounds upwards or downwards, through the country. So the one that entices me, that I seem to see, is the non-CDL. Okay, so here's how it goes. The legalities of it: you have to have gross vehicle weight rating of less than 26,000 pounds. So if you open up the door of your pickup and you look in the side of it, it'll tell you your gross vehicle weight rating. All right, so from what my research has come up with, there's there was a pickup in Jeff's place. It was a Cummins diesel 4500. The GVWR was £15,000. That means your trailer's GVWR has to be about 11,000, okay? Because it can't be over 26, or you have to have a CDL. So, although probably the safest thing to be doing is have twin wheels in the back of your pickup and hauling butt down the road with your same trailer, the best way for legalities is to have a 3/4 ton Cummins diesel pickup that is rated at £10,000. Okay, so your truck's GVWR is 10. I might have said the number wrong there, but your GVWR for a Cummins diesel is £10,000. Now everybody is cottoned onto this, and they want to have their trailer at 15.9 as much as it can be without being too close, with £100 less. So your GVWR puts you to just under the 26,000, right? That is an extremely important number for two reasons. One, you don't want to go over it and be in the CDL, but that number there, that 25.9, the 10 plus the 15.9, that's your maximum weight when you're loaded, okay? You can't be above that. So if you have a big heavy bumpers, the twin wheel pickup, you know, extra big long bed, that takes extra weight. So when you go to get a load, now I know from doing this, I weighed Jeff's truck the other night there, and it was just under £9,000 with some tools and diesel and stuff. That was it, full of diesel. So that means your pickup, your trailer, I think I'll see that most trailers are going to be about £5,000 to £6,000. Although the GVWR is at 15.9, the actual weight of it is a lot less. So you're looking at your combined GVWR of a truck and trailer to be £15,000. So by the time you add in your straps, your chains, you know, your wife, your fuel, your clothes, you know, bits and your tarps, you'd be £1,000 there. Then you're really looking at £10,000 payload, what you can get paid for. So I see some of them, they'll go with a 30-foot bed with a 5-foot ramp. Now the ramp folds up and it becomes a bed, so you've got 35 feet that you can pull with, or 28 and 5, you're at 33. So, all right, so, but 30, I think it's 30 and 5 is what the common thing is with a single wheel pickup. The trailers have got single wheels on them as well, single tires, you know, 2 axles. But here's how they make money. They will go and take a load from, let's just say, Pocatello to Orlando, Florida. It might be, it's LTL is the way they do it. And if it was a couple going to do it, you've got the 2 licenses, remember, and you don't need to have a CDL. You know, somebody could be sitting there looking on their laptop or an iPad for loads, because what you're looking at is, for instance, I could go into our internet truck stop or our dartboard and look for flatbed loads going across the country. Let's say we want to go to Pennsylvania, and it's a good place to get out of if it's out that way, or out Louisville, or just anywhere out there. We'll get a load from Pocatello to Louisville, and it might be 90 cents a mile is all they're prepared to pay for these 2 pallets that are going out there. You can never afford to run a big truck out there for that, you never would. But you stick the 2 pallets on the front of this trailer, in the way £1,000 each or whatever. So you've got to be kind of sharp here about knowing how much weight you can carry in each thing. You don't want to carry too much. If it's going to be small, you need to get your brain going towards weight instead of rate per mile. So they'll get maybe 90 cents a mile going out to Pennsylvania, back to Louisville, and then then you start to look, all right, what else is going that way, and you because it's LTL, they're used to going with UPS, and it'll go to a hub, and it'll go to another hub, and then it'll get delivered. So they're not expecting it to be there like tomorrow. If it's going to be there tomorrow, you pay the price for that. But what they'll do is they'll start looking. Oh, there's a load there from Salt Lake to Denver. That pays $1.50 a mile. We'll get that on, and then I'll get another one from Rock Springs going to Chicago, and so the trailer becomes a bit like a bus, where there's if you go on a bus ride from town to town to town to town, somebody might be going all the way through, and then somebody might be getting on a little bit and getting off, and then there's always loads overlapping. So as long as you've got enough weight, and I see some of them, some guys are doing 5 figures a week with a pickup truck. Now, right now I could go buy a 2019 Freightliner, really immaculate condition with some warranty on it, for less than 60 grand. A 2019 Dodge Cummins diesel with, well, a lot less miles than the truck will, but it's still going to cost you about the same. Maybe a little bit less. Where's the benefit? Your fuel, I think if you've got a heavy load in a pickup and you're pulling it, you're going to be sucking, your fuel's going to be down, you know. But if you got a light load and a low load, you know, you could be running, you know, 10, 12 miles to the gallon. So big difference there. And as well, it's easy, I think it'd be less stress bouncing around in a pickup truck with a shorter trailer. But some of them are going, it's ELD compliant. You still got to go into weigh stations. You've still got to comply with most of the rules. But I'll tell you what, I am looking hard at it. I'm definitely going to stick my feet in the water with it, because it looks like a good opportunity without as much legislation, and drivers are hard to find at times. And so if we can find some non-CDL drivers and stick them into these trucks and do some LTL freight with it, I'm up for it. You know, if you get down into Texas there, we're in the oil field, there was a lot of that going along, a lot of hotshot trucking down there. So, and this is a bad market, so if these guys are able to turn between, I would say, I'll see some of them doing 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,000 a week doing a hotshot. We'll see. Don't know whether the insurance is more, I need to look into that. Apparently you don't need to have apportioned plates as well if you're and you don't need to have IFTA as well. Correct me if I'm wrong here, will you please? But if it's not apportioned and you're not doing IFTA, so there's two things here that you're no legislation you don't have to be part of. I don't know whether we'd have to set up an extra little company to run the IFTA, and that brings in the whole, you know, conflict of insurance stuff with us with the big trucks. But definitely worth looking into. I can't stop watching it on YouTube. It's become an obsession for me, and I think we're going to be doing it. So if anybody has got any information about running the old Hotshots, CDL or non-CDL, obviously if you can do CDL and have a 40-foot trailer back there, some of them have got 53-foot trailers, you know, with there's an extra deck in the bit that goes above the fifth wheel, above the pickup there, you know, the gooseneck bit, and have a platform up there. Hey, I'll tell you what, I'm finding it extremely interesting while they're doing all these different loads on it. If you've got ramps as well, you can take on skid steer loaders, tractors, pickups, cars, you name it. You know, I see people doing it. It's interesting, and I'm going to have a go at it. I think so anyway. So, sorry this has rambled on, but yeah, I find that quite interesting. Anybody's got experience on it, give me a shout. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, that would be great. Thank you.